The priority of the Middleton Police Department is to make the Middleton community a safer and more enjoyable place to live in. Traditionally, police departments have been given sort of a negative identity with the public, from tickets they write, laws they enforce, and the stereotypes they are given. However, this is why our police department has started programs such as the Business Watch and the Volunteer and Police Service Program. It's time and time again, our Middleton police officers have shown that they are dedicated to the prosperity and protection of our Middleton community.
Well, the Community Awareness Officer was a new position created by the police department almost 3 years ago now. And my job is to manage all of our community awareness outreach programs, to coordinate and supervise our volunteers and police service program, and to do all the fundraising to pay for all of these programs. Right now, one of the programs we have that we're running is the Citizens Academy. The Citizens Academy runs for 10 weeks, and what it is it's just people from the community, teachers, sometimes students, business workers, even retired people that attend, and they spend 10 weeks with the police department learning about what it is to be a police officer. Each night is on a specific topic. Like one night might be traffic law, traffic stops. Another night might be drugs and gangs. And we brought in a canine from a department that demonstrated a drug search on a vehicle that night. We also take them out to the range where they get to shoot actual firearms, and we take them to one of the local tracks where they get to drive police cars and see what that's like. It's a huge benefit to the police department because we're able to form partnerships with members of the community, especially we get into alderpersons and the city council members and public safety commission members, and they get to see firsthand what it's like here at the police department and how things operate. And actually it was probably beneficial in us getting our new building that we're in right now.
So what are some of the other programs that the police department has?
Some of the other community awareness programs that we run are National Night Out, which is in August. It's always the first Wednesday in August. It's really a community celebration down at Lakeview Park in Middleton, where we provide free food, games for the kids, door prizes, and area law enforcement, public safety people come into our event. So the Middleton community has a chance to interact and meet with them. One of our most popular programs that we've been running now for several years is our Shop with a Cop program. And what that is, we take some disadvantaged middle school aged kids and give them each $150 to spend at Target on the east side of Madison. And the police department picks them up at home, takes them shopping at Target, helps them pick out their presents for their family, and we go from there over to the VFW on the east side of Madison, where we wrap the presents and have some pizza, and eventually take the kids back home with their presents.
We're here with one of our Dean of students, Miss Maurice, who also volunteers at the police department in her spare time. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm all right.
Great.
How did you become involved in the volunteer and police service program?
I got involved because in the fall of 2008 I participated in the police department's Citizens Academy and got to know people through that program, and then decided to continue volunteering after the academy was over.
What types of events have you volunteered in?
I volunteered at their recent golf fundraiser that actually took place this past fall. I volunteered at the police department grand opening when they opened the new station. And then I've also helped out a couple of times with the testing for the new recruits who are applying for jobs. So once I proctored a written exam and once I assisted with the physical fitness testing.
Out of those events, what would you say was your favorite event to volunteer in?
I really enjoyed helping out at the grand opening of the police department because it's a beautiful place. Everyone was excited about it. The public was there, got to interact with a lot of people, and it was just a very celebratory event.
Do you feel that the police's outreach program to the community is a good program to have?
Definitely. I think, people make a lot of assumptions about each other in general, but especially about police officers. And so the more the public has the chance to partner with the police department, I think the more people can come to an understanding and realize that we are really all there to support each other.
So tonight we're going to be riding along with Sergeant Mueller. So we appreciate the time that you're taking to answer some of our questions.
Sure. A lot of times people call, well, I wasn't sure if it was against the law or I wasn't sure if the guy was really suspicious. I said, well, we'd rather come and find out that everything was okay than get called later and find out, oh, yeah, that guy did burglarize that house across the street, And a lot of people don't call. Yeah, they've been very helpful. We used to, when I first started, everybody on the police department had to work overtime, for instance, in our Good Neighbor Festival weekend. And if it happened to be your 3 days off, guess what? You worked all 3 days. So you didn't get any days off. So you ended up working 15 days in a row as a result. And even as the department got bigger, because there's so many things that have to be done, we still ended up with almost everybody having to work. Now, in our Good Neighbor Festival parade, the guys that worked the night before, over the overnight shift, got off at 7 in the morning, they don't have to go home, get 4 hours of sleep if that, and then come back and work the parade because we have the VIPs help out. So a lot of people don't have to work overtime, so that really helps out. They also help out at other things like the fingerprinting program they have for the children, and that way we don't have to have 2 or 3 officers down there. We just need one officer and 1 or 2 VIPs to help out. Another one of the big advantages of the VIPs program is it gets citizens into the police atmosphere so that they understand actually what goes on. I mean, most people's idea of what happens in police work comes from TV shows, and a lot of them are not very realistic. People would talk to me and think, well, you should be catching criminals, rather than writing tickets. That's one of the things that gets thrown in your face once in a while. You should be out catching criminals. Okay, true, but guess what? We catch a lot of criminals by running traffic. In fact, I'd probably say you get more people with warrants and that kind of thing on a traffic stop than you do with anything else. People don't realize that common everyday stuff we do actually helps fight crime. And by having them go through the VIPS program where they learn about traffic stops, they learn about how we investigate accidents, they learn how we drive, they learn how we shoot, all the various things that police do. And then they go out and talk to their friends about, gee, I was in this, in the police academy, and now I'm a VIPS and I'm helping out. And by going through the Citizens Academy, I know all this other stuff. And that stuff that we always thought the cops did, guess what? They don't do it. Well, now not only does that person know it, but so do their 5, 10 friends that they tell about. And it gets a much more positive image of the police department out in the community.
Now that we've had a chance to highlight some of the key aspects and programs that our Middleton Police Department has and does on a daily basis, it's clear to me and should be clear to you that everyone here at the Middleton, Wisconsin Police Department is dedicated to the protection and prosperity of Middleton. So remember this the next time you have a chance to speak with one of our fine officers and volunteers, and thank them.